Hey guys, so we're gonna go over the changes that June got in this season. Now, she seems to be very, very different. Originally she was a very pokey, punishment-heavy character. Now she is that still, but now they just gave her this insane casino. But let's go over the patch notes, see what she got. So she has a whole new installed thing called the Cosmo essence. So every time she does a light move, it builds up, as you can see. Now, what it does is it boosts the damage on some of her moves. So if we adjust it, you can see that does 38 damage there. And without it, it does 28 damage. So it increased the damage on her light moves. So when she has 100 light power or 100 Cosmo power, she becomes a monster. And it does not reset between rounds as well, it carries over between rounds. Now, this move, as I explained already, gets 10 extra damage when Cosmo Essence is at max. During Miare, she has 1+2, which is a homie mid out of Miare. And this move is so insane, I can't believe she has this. So for example, you could do something like back to 1 into Miare and go into it, forward back into Miare and go into it, so you can really keep the pressure on. +6 on block, homing. It's a very, very, very good move. So it makes June's pressure a lot better. So, and it's homing as well, so the opponent can't stop it, so it's a very strong tool. On top of that, forward 1+2 now goes into stances. So you can go to Miare, which you can go back into this, or you can go to Genitsu. Yeah, this is a thing now. So June is a complete pressure casino monster. So the other thing they did was Izuma 1 can now transition into Miare, and it can transition into Gen. So douche, douche, bam, or douche, 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 douche. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this pressure. It's pretty damn good. The same thing with other characters. This is a universal stance change. She can heat burst from Izumo. I'm not sure of the applications of this, but certainly improve her combos and her carry. This move got nerfed, so it does an animation now, but it no longer wall splat. So it no longer was splat, so that's a bit of a change. Big nerf actually, but her Izumo grabs, the inputs have changed on them. So before, they used to be 1+4, but now they're just the generic grabs. They heal June, as you can see the green light bar, they now heal her. 8 health and 8 recoverable health. So Izumo Hell Sweep is now quicker. So before, this was kind of sealable, some people could react to it, but now it's 19 frame instead of 21, so this is straight up unsealable now. So it's pretty toxic. The damage has been decreased, but however, if you have the full Cosmo power, it now does 40 damage, so it's a 40 damage Hell Sweep with full Cosmo power. So yeah, pretty good. For Heat Smash, before you had to do stance 2+3 for the Heat Smash, but now it's just 1, 2. So 1+2 is now the Heat Smash. You can do 2 of it now. However, it has been nerfed on block, so it's -14 now instead of -12. But this is much better because you can now have more than once per heat state. So this is pretty damn good. And the damage is decreased a little bit, but since you can do more of it, it's better in my opinion anyway. Her unblockable used to be back 2+3, but now it's up back 1+2. Bit random, but whatever. So, like I said earlier, all the light moves increases Cosmo power. So forward 1+2, forward 1, forward 1+2, again 1, 2, you know, FC, downward 1, upward 1, you know, all of them. They all increase the power, right? So some do it on hit, some do it on block as well, some do it on both. So Isumo forward 1 plus 2 got changed. So on counter hit, it doesn't do anything on counter hit. So, but on normal hits, sorry, on counter hit actually, sorry, on counter hit, my bad. On counter hits, it's now plus 25, which is massive frame advantage. But nothing is guaranteed. You know, only upward 1 is still guaranteed, but it has changed anyway. Changed the opponent's behavior on hits. So this used to be plus 2 on hits, now it's plus 5. So they obviously want us to use this more in the sumo mix. So when we have this, now they improved the mid as well. On block, it's different. It's now minus 6 on block. It used to be minus 9 on block. So Genetsu 1 had a tracking buff, which is kind of insane because it's a very good low. But yeah, the tracking on this got buffed. This change is so silly to me. 1-2-2 is now a natural combo. So as alternative to upward 1, we now have we have 1-2-2, which is now a natural combo, and it's one of our new 10 frame punishes. Why this is so good is because you can punish 10 frame and go into the Hell Sweep mix up. You can go into this, go Isumo 2, you can go into this, Isumo 4, you can go into this, the new Isumo 4 plus 2. So yeah, this is a natural combo now, and it's... yeah, I don't know what to say. Miare now regenerates the Cosmo power. The healing is a bit slower than before, but it still does heal, but you're not going to use this to heal as much like you did before. 4-4-2-2 had distance changed on block, but this doesn't really change anything. Like some very specific situations where 4-4-2-2 would make a push by block, but it's fine. That doesn't matter too much. Miara 2 had a damage nerf when you have less Cosmo power. However, if you have full Cosmo power, weakly see this wall damage. So let's go over to the wall. So this is with full Cosmo power. So you do even more damage than you did before. So with full Cosmo power, you did even more damage than the nerf. But if you don't have Cosmo power, then it's going to do less damage. So your goal is to obviously get the full Cosmo power as soon as you can, right? But yeah, so that's the thing. 4-4-2 reduces distance on hit. So it buffed it slightly on hit to make sure that Jude is closer to the opponent. Because when you connected this, some characters could backdash away from the game 1, but now they can't. FC Depth 3, the clean hit has improved slightly. So before, you had to be like point blank for it to connect, but now it's a bit more lenient. Hop kick. Sometimes it will whiff on hit, as in when you connected the first hit, it could whiff, but now this has been fixed. I believe they nerfed the crushing on it though, so it crushes less, but it's now more consistent on hit. Then 1+2, we showed this earlier, the damage decreased, but with the full Cosmo power it does even more. Damper 3 is now closer on block, but that's fine, it's still a very strong tool. Damper 2, 1+2. It changed the behavior on block. I'm not too sure what this is specifically, what they changed, but they listed it in the patch notes, so it's changed. But Damper 2, 1+2 on hits, they buff the on-axis thing. Sometimes if you hit it off-axis, the opponent will like be really off-axis, but now they changed that so it's always on-axis. This is kind of a buff and a nerf because sometimes when you hit this off an axis, you can get really good spine combos like this, right? But if you hit from here, for example, okay, maybe it didn't change that much actually. But yeah, even if you're like slightly off, it will like kind of realign a little bit. But yeah, that's it for tune changes. Yeah, in summary, this is really silly. The Cosmo power thing is really silly. This is very, very, very silly. Isumo's Hell Sweep being straight up unseeable now is also very silly. So she's gonna be Casino Monster, blah 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 blah, you know. Just help mix up the opponents, mix them up with this, mix them up with this, punish with this, pressure with this, keep the plus frames on. And this also increased our combos as well, so you can do something like... So maybe... So you get the idea, like 4 for 2 into Miara 1 plus 2, 4 for 2, Miara 1 plus 2. It's a little bit tricky, so something like this, right? So I'm not optimal with this character yet, but she has new combos now. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.